Son incroyable carrière de 19 ans en arts martiaux mixtes tire à sa fin. Son dernier tour de piste aura lieu tout près de la maison ce samedi à la Nouvelle-Orléans. À quelques jours de l'UFC 318, j'ai le plaisir, le privilège de m'entretenir avec l'un des plus grands, Dustin de Diamond Poirier. Merci énormément de prendre le temps, Dustin.
No problem, man. Thank you for having me on. I appreciate it.
First question, straight to the point, but very relevant in that case, I think. How are you feeling, sir?
Feeling good, feeling great, feeling healthy, focused, right where I need to be.
Special feelings ahead of the last dance?
Yeah, they kind of come in waves here and there. When I'm at the gym, kind of or driving to the gym, I'll think this just surreal that this is the last time I'm ever going to do this. Uh, and I'm sure those feelings are going to come more next week as I go through the motions of fight week and making weight and all that. But it's just been such a long time doing this that it's weird that this is the last
Mm.
one.
At this stage, are you still at peace with the decision?
Yeah, no, I'm content with my career and the decision.
And you talk about it's coming in waves. So I'm wondering how tough is it to have a training camp knowing it's your last and trying not to be too nostalgic, I guess. Everything could be one of the last time, last sparring session, last jiu-jitsu training session, last everything. So is it tough just to put it on the side?
Actually, it's been I've been more focused. I feel like I'm trying to do everything. Not that I haven't before in other training camps, but I'm trying to do everything the best of my abilities in the best way I can. Uh, I want to be my best in my retirement fight and show the world that I'm leaving on my terms. I'm leaving because I've decided to, not because this fight game has squeezed me out or chewed me up and left me. I'm leaving on top. That's why getting this win is so important to me.
Yeah, because some people may say that result won't really matter. Either way, you're going out, but it's not your point of view, right?
No, of course not. It definitely matters
Why?
because I've never lost two fights in a row, and I'm not gonna do it now in my retirement fight. And like I said, I want to show the world that I can still compete with the best guys in the world, and I'm leaving on my terms. I'm leaving because I feel like it's time. I'm not leaving because I'm not trying to get a paycheck. I'm not hanging in there trying to see how many fights I can lose before the UFC cuts me or fans don't want to see me fight. I'm leaving main eventing a
Mm.
pay-per-view for a title in my home state. Like it's a beautiful story, and I'm happy with where I'm at. But I want to go out there and show my medal. I want to show that I'm still that guy.
Speaking of that, UFC is coming back after 10 years to New Orleans in Louisiana, and Dana White expressly said that it's because of you, it's because of your last dance, and everything. What does it say about you and your status in the company that they do it for you? They don't do it for everybody. I don't think they've ever done something like that for a fighter.
I'm proud of it. I carry the Louisiana flag proudly and represent those people there. And when I went to the UFC and said, "Hey, I think I'm going to retire, but I would love to do it in Louisiana," I didn't know this was all going to work out. They promised me. They didn't promise me that it would happen, but they promised me they would do everything they could to make it happen, and they delivered. The state of Louisiana and UFC got together and made this thing happen, and I'm forever grateful. To drop the gloves and call it a career in the state of Louisiana where it all started, where I picked up my first pair of gloves and threw my first punches. That's important to me to close this thing out.
And close it against Max Holloway. And we all know that the history you guys share, but uh, to be able to share the octagon one last time with another legend, another guy that's gonna put on a show, another fan favorite, how does it feel?
It's great. When I first went to the UFC and I asked them about a retirement in Louisiana, Max wasn't even a guy I was thinking about fighting. The UFC brought his name into the mix and they wanted me to fight him. And then when I sat back, I said, you know what, this is perfect. He's a guy I have a lot of respect for, a guy who's going to go out there and fight. Uh, he's a fighter similar to myself. He's kill or be killed. He goes out there to put guys away, toss himself into the fire. And those are the kind of fights that I've always wanted to be part of and the kind of fights that I love. So he's a great dance partner for this last one. And he's a guy I have a ton of respect for and a future Hall of Famer. He's a legend.
Um, we know you still one fight left, but I can't help myself then to ask about uh, everything you've done in your, like I said, almost 20-year career at this point, when we count amateur fights. What are you the most proud of during that run?
Uh, Providing a life for my family that I've only could have dreamed about growing up. Security and actual place to call home. I'm proud of the life I built for my family. Of course, at the beginning, it wasn't about building it for my family, but as you grow through life and this fighting career, priorities change. Different things, you have kids, you get married, things happen. But looking back at it all, I'm happy with the life that I created through this sport that I fell in love with.
And what would you want people to remember you for when they think about Dustin Poirier? What would be the first thing you would like to have in their mind?
That anytime I was added to a fight card or I had a fight announced, that they knew that they couldn't miss it. They knew it was going to be a fight no matter who was against. It was going to be a war. I was going to give myself to that night and that event from bell to bell. Similar to, like I said about Max, I'm a killer or be killed fighter. I'm going out there to put you away. I'll put myself in harm's way to do so, and it's gonna be a fight. Every time I'm on a fight card, you're gonna get your money's worth.
What do you expect next week will be um, at New Orleans with all the fans, and you talked earlier about fight week. What do you expect it to be next week?
Good energy, a lot of familiar faces. Being back in Louisiana, it's gonna be incredible. I know it's gonna be a good vibe. I know I'm gonna be in the moment. Just try to slow from on my end. I'm gonna just try to slow things down and breathe and inhale that, because this is the last time I'm gonna do it.
Um, and what I know you're gonna have a second kid, a son in a few weeks or months. So congrats on that. But what are you looking for the most in the post fighting career?
Not not having the weight of what's next in fighting hanging over my head and in the back of every thought. What can I be doing to better myself, or not get too far away from my competition weight? And there's just so many things that go with this life that I've been doing since I was 17 years old, that I don't know any other way. So I'll find out
Mm.
after next Saturday. I don't know yet, but I'm just looking forward to being home and being with my family.
Last questions before I let you go, because I was looking at your record and I saw you fought 4 times in Canada and 2 times in Quebec. Here, 1 time in Montreal, 1 time in Quebec City. Are you the kind of guy who remember all of his fights? You've had
Yeah,
40, yeah?
no, I've had over 50 all in. Yeah, but
Oh,
but I remember.
do you remember the first time the 1 time you were in Montreal? I didn't even know that, but looking at it, it was in June 2010, like 15 years ago. It's before you joined the WEC. You fought a guy in Montreal called Derek Gauthier, and you knocked him out
This,
under 1 minute.
yeah, I remember that whole trip.
What did you like about Montreal? Did you get to enjoy the city a little bit, or
Yeah, no, I've been to Montreal a few times, but for that
mm,
particular fight trip, was things aren't as organized as the UFC, so it was kind of a last minute thing. The day I landed in Montreal, I had to start cutting weight immediately. Weigh-ins were that night or the next morning. It was a mess, but we made it all happen. But I've been to
right?
Montreal a few times. A lot of good steakhouses up there.
Oh yeah, for sure. And you did great in that fight under a minute. And the other time in Quebec City when you fought, let me see, it
Kira
was in.
Corsani.
Oh, that's it. You got it in 2014. Another great performance. So did you like this one?
Of course, had some great poutine after. It was awesome. I've also fought in Vancouver as well.
Yeah, Vancouver and
And
Calgary.
Calgary, I fought Eddie Alvarez. Vancouver, I fought Jason Young.
Amazing. You fought all over the place. You fought incredible names. You've had all of them on your resume. That it's an incredible career, and I can't wait to watch your last fight in a few days against Max Holloway. Dustin, thank you very much for doing this, and enjoy everything, sir. You deserve it.
Thank you, man. I really appreciate that.
Vous le voyez, il faut insister un petit peu là, pour savoir comment se sent vraiment Dustin Poirier à quelques jours de la retraite. Dernier combat ce samedi à l'UFC 318 contre Max Holloway. Il avoue, la nostalgie vient par vagues. C'est sûr que lorsqu'il est en entraînement, des fois, il réalise que ça fait partie des dernières fois qu'il va s'entraîner, dernière séance d'entraînement simulé, dernier entraînement de Jiu-Jitsu, dernière fois avec l'équipe au grand complet. Donc c'est sûr qu'il s'en rend compte, mais pour éviter d'être submergé par l'émotion, ce qu'il explique, Dustin Poirier, c'est qu'il fait tout comme d'habitude, même avec un soin particulier cette fois-ci. Dans sa préparation, il veut être le plus près possible à 100%, ne rien laisser au hasard parce qu'il veut offrir l'une de ses meilleures performances à son combat de retraite. C'est très, très, très important pour lui de prouver qu'il a encore sa place parmi l'élite, même s'il se retire, et qu'il quitte selon ses propres termes. Il ne s'en va pas parce qu'il est plus capable, ne s'en va pas parce qu'il est plus capable de compétitionner avec les plus jeunes, s'accroche pas à un chèque de paye, mais quitte parce qu'il en a envie, parce qu'il veut passer du temps avec sa famille et donc veut prouver qu'il est encore au sommet de son art, surtout que ça va se passer chez lui à la Nouvelle-Orléans, l'UFC qui a accepté sa demande de se battre tout près de la maison, lui qui est originaire de Lafayette, donc il dit « Je serai éternellement reconnaissant envers les dirigeants de l'UFC de m'avoir accordé ce souhait ». Ça n'arrive pas souvent là qu'on accorde ce genre de privilège à un combattant pour un combat de retraite. Ça en dit très très long sur le statut de Dustin Poirier, sa notoriété, le respect qu'il a pu gagner au fil des ans auprès de l'organisation et des amateurs d'arts martiaux mixtes. Contre Max Holloway, ça risque d'être tout un combat. Deux gars qui sont encore très très bien positionnés dans les classements à 155 livres et deux gars similaires, c'est-à-dire qui ont la même mentalité. Ils vont se donner en spectacle. Ce sera pour la ceinture du BMF, la ceinture du dur à cuire. On ne pouvait pas demander de mieux. Même mentalité, tuer ou être tué, tout donner, tout laisser dans la cage. Troisième affrontement entre les deux, Poirier a remporté les deux premiers. Souhaite beaucoup compléter sa trilogie de victoires contre Max Holloway, mais sait que ce ne sera vraiment pas facile. Il espère que les amateurs se souviendront de lui comme d'un gars qui, comme je le disais, tout donné dans la cage, un gars qui, lorsqu'il se battait, on ne pouvait pas manquer ça, là. Un spectacle que les amateurs ne pouvaient pas manquer, un combat de Dustin Poirier. Je pense qu'il a réussi ça parce que même s'il n'a jamais remporté de titre officiel, il est devenu un des combattants les plus spectaculaires et les plus appréciés de sa génération. Et sa plus grande fierté, ce qu'il explique, c'est la vie qu'il a pu offrir à sa famille grâce à sa passion. Un homme de famille, un gars qui redonne énormément à sa communauté. On va aussi se rappeler de ça lorsqu'il sera question de Dustin Poirier dans quelques années. Il a hâte quand même à la suite. Hâte de découvrir ce que la vie d'après-combattant va lui réserver. Il dit, depuis que j'ai 17 ans, là, ma vie tourne autour d'une seule chose et c'est le combat. Et c'est toujours... Peut-être pas d'écart de conduite. Là. Même si on se bat 2 ou 3 fois par année, on ne peut jamais faire de gros écarts de conduite. On ne peut jamais monter trop haut en poids, jamais se laisser aller parce que c'est toujours difficile de revenir par la suite. Donc là, veut se laisser aller un petit peu et profiter. Il aura d'ailleurs un deuxième enfant, un premier fils dans quelques semaines, quelques mois. Donc, veut vraiment profiter du temps avec sa famille. En terminant, je l'ai questionné sur ses quelques présences au Québec. Il y en a eu 2 dans sa carrière professionnelle. La première avec l'organisation Ringside en 2010, donc avant ses débuts à l'UFC. Il a passé un KO rapide au Québécois Derek Gauthier. Il dit, c'était vraiment pas idéal. Je suis arrivé ici à la dernière minute, faire le poids, mais on s'en est bien tiré. Et effectivement. Et en 2014, à l'UFC, il affrontait Akira Corassini à Québec, au Colisée. Seule présence de l'UFC d'ailleurs dans la vieille capitale. Et ça a été le combat de la soirée. Et on a fêté ça avec beaucoup de poutine cette fois-là, je m'en rappelle. Dustin Poirier, un des favoris. Chant du signe pour lui à l'UFC 318 contre Max Holloway. La ceinture BMF sera en jeu. Manquez pas ça. Carte préliminaire, 20h ce samedi sur TVA Sports 2. Et les combats principaux à la télé à la carte dès 22h.